Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about how to get rid of that annoying security warning when you try to open images if they're on a network share drive or Google Drive or OneDrive or something like that. It works fine if it's on a local drive, but if you try to follow hyperlink, sometimes those files that are on network drives gives you issues, especially me all the time with my Google Drive folder. So we're going to see how to get access to stop treating images like they got viruses in them. All right, here we go. Today's question comes from Sabrina in Akron, Ohio, one of my gold members. She says, I'm using FollowHyperlink to open JPEG files from my Access database like you showed in your video. It works fine when the images are in the same folder as my database, but when I try to open images from my Google Drive mapped letter, I get a security warning every time. The folder is already in my trusted locations. Is there a way to stop this warning, or is FollowHyperlink just broken with Google Drive? Well, yeah, it's kind of broken with Google Drive. It's a Windows security issue. And even if you put that Google Drive in your trusted folder location, it doesn't always work. Let's see an example, and I'll show you how to fix it. First off, for everyone else, if you haven't watched my FollowHyperlink video, go watch this. It shows you how to open up pretty much any file type from right inside your Access database using the FollowHyperlink command. And if you don't know what trusted locations and trusted folders are, go watch this video. Basically, you're telling Access, whatever I put in this folder is safe, but it doesn't always work with network locations. Now, this is a developer level video, but just like FollowHyperlink, we can fix this with one line of code. And I'm going to show you that line of code and exactly where to put it. But if you've never done any VBA programming before, go watch this video first. It's about 20 minutes long. It teaches you everything you need to know to get started. All right, let's take a look at an example. All right, so here I am in my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to. Now, I don't have an image field in here, but let's just go ahead and cheat, and we'll say that country is our image field. So it's got the path and file name of our picture in there that we want to display. And I'll just copy a button, copy, paste, and I'm going to slide it down here, and we'll just change this to view. And all we're going to do in this view button, build event, is we're going to say follow hyperlink country. Again, pretending country is the field that's got our picture in it. You get what I'm doing, right? Okay. So I'll come back into here, and I'll put in here the path and file name of an image that I want to view. Now, I happen to have put one in my database folder, which is c:/database/richard.jpg. Guess what that happens to be? Let me hit view. And then this strapping young fellow appears. And I say young because this is about a 10-year-old picture. Anyways, so that works just fine from the database folder. Now, I also put a copy of this on my server, which is my Z drive. So z://. And that's one of my trusted folder locations. So I'll hit view now, and there it is again. That works fine. Now, I also put it in my Google Drive folder, which for me happens to be g://my drive/Richard, and it works fine for me. And I'll explain why in just a minute. But there's another file in there that I have that's called snap.jpg, S-N-A-P. This is a screenshot that was created by my screenshot software just a moment ago. And when I try to hit view now, boom, there you go. All right, see? And the difference is because the richard.jpg I actually copied into there myself. And so Windows sees it as something that I copied into Google Drive, but the snap.jpg was created by my screen capture software. Windows doesn't know what that is. It could have come from somebody else, so it throws up the security warning. So it really all depends on the location of the file and the source of the file too. Where did it come from? Is it something that Windows knows you copied there yourself? Or is it something that was just kind of there or just kind of appeared? Maybe some other program created it. Even though it's an image, Windows is still being overly safe. So how do we get around that? Well, the key is to not use FollowHyperlink. The key is to use the shell command. And we'll just tell Windows, I want you to open this file. I don't care what it is, just open it, right? All right, so here's that command. I'm just going to paste it over this one. I've got it at my clipboard right now. There it is. I'm going to explain what all this is in just a minute, but we're replacing FollowHyperlink with the shell command. Okay. All right, let's give it a debug compile once in a while. And let's come back over here. Let's hit the button, and there we go. And now it opens. And that's what's in my snap.jpg file. Okay, so let's talk about what this exactly does. All right, this is the command that we just put in VBA. Now, shell is a VBA function that tells Windows to run a command, the same way as if you type it in the command prompt or you use the run dialog. All right, everything inside the outermost quotes is the command that Windows executes. All right, I made those red. So this guy and this guy, that's the command string itself. All right, now CMD is the Windows command processor. All right, think of that like opening a command prompt behind the scenes. And the /C, it says run the command that follows and then exit immediately. So if you don't have the /C, the command window would stay open. So it's basically like do this and then exit. Okay? Now start is essentially a Windows command that says I want you to open up this file using whatever the default associated application is. Right? So if it's a Word document, open it in Word. If it's a Excel spreadsheet, open it in Excel. Whatever the extension is what it looks at, right? JPEG will open in your default image viewer. PDF will open in your default PDF viewer, whatever that happens to be, okay? See how that works? So that's what start does. Now, start takes two parameters. The first parameter is actually the window title. All right, whatever you want to see up at the top in the title bar. All right, the second parameter is the file. So if we don't care about the window title, we basically put a set of empty quotes here. But since this is inside of a string, for every quote in here, we have to use double quotes. So that's the opening double quotes, and that's the closing double quotes. So this basically is a set of empty quotes because we don't care what the window title is. All right, there, and I'll color the other one. So that's just an empty string. Okay, now, image path. That's the name of the JPEG file. That also has to go inside of doubled quotes, right? So this right here is the double quotes. Let's make that green. All right, that's the double quotes that starts this. And then this is the other set of double quotes like that. And these guys here are just opening and closing the string, just like the opening ones were. See, just like that. See? Same thing. I'm color coding everything because everyone always has trouble, myself included, with these stupid double quotes. Okay? All right, so here, this is one string that includes double quotes inside of there. And then this is another string, right? But image path is inside of quotes, and that's an empty parameter. I know it's confusing. I'm trying to get it all to fit nicely on one line. Okay? So see what that is? Command C, open the command interpreter. Start means basically I want you to run whatever application you have to open this file. Here's the file inside of double quotes. And VB hide just means I don't need to see the command window open, so just keep it hidden in the background. That's a VBA command that says open this up, but I don't need to see it. I just want to see the final result because the start will run that application. And this will work because it never touches Access's hyperlink logic, right? There's no security checks. There's no unsafe location warning. There's no trust center stuff. It just runs it. It just hands the file to Windows and says, Windows, you do what you have to do to open this program or this file. Think of it like this. If you use FollowHyperlink, you're saying basically to Access, hey, Access, click this link for me. And Access says, ooh, links might be dangerous. Are you sure? Right? If it doesn't know for sure if it's a safe file. Whereas the shell command just says, yo, Windows, open this file for me. Windows goes, okay, no problem, right? And it just knows what to do with a JPEG, for example. And that also means that you can also now very easily open up other types of files like warf.docx and hit view. And here comes Microsoft Word. And there you go. See? Any type of file that Windows knows how to work with, to open, to use. So there you go. That's it. That's your tech help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that Show More link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are for my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject. And you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.